President Trump, dismissing arguments now that he is barred from the 2024 ballot under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. This is starting to pick up steam a little bit. Here's what Section 3 reads, quote, "No person shall hold any federal office who is engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof." Now, a growing number of Democrats and legal experts are saying his actions associated with January 6th mean that he is disqualified for the ballot. There's a lot of, chirping here, I guess is one way to put it. What's the legal merit of this?
It's going to be state by state. It's absolutely going to be. Keep in mind, the states make their decision about ballot access. Every state is different. Massachusetts may kick Donald Trump off the ballot. It's not going to make any difference because he didn't have a chance in Massachusetts anyway. But what really disturbs me, though, Blake, is that this is history repeating itself. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln was not on the ballot in 10 states for a variety of reasons. And we haven't had this happen since then. So I really don't like where this is going. Leave him on the ballot, let him win or lose. He's going to lose in Massachusetts anyway. He's going to lose in Maine anyway. Why fight about putting him on the ballot there?
I agree, because it sets a very dangerous precedent. Yeah. If you don't like Trump, who's it going to be next? It's going to come for your candidate next. I think, again, leave it to the people to decide. The Wall Street Journal had a great op-ed about this. And in fact, there was an Obama-appointed judge in Florida who just smacked down this 14th Amendment lawsuit brought by a Democrat and said, no, we're not going to do that here in Florida. Again, a Democrat-appointed judge in Florida said there's no legal basis for this.
If my candidate was responsible for January 6th, I may have some thoughts about whether he deserves to be on the ballot. And it is actually, aiding in this as well. I agree.
What if he's not convicted?
Well, that's the big question. Legally, we just don't know what's going to happen there. And there have been people run from prison for office before, which is sad. And won.
Here's what Donald Trump says. He had a post today about this, Truth Social, quote, "Like election interference, it is just another trick being used by the radical left communists, Marxists, and fascists to, again, steal the election, and that their candidate, the worst," he goes on. You can see the post there. But does he have a point here that this is sort of like the next phase?
Well,
and
it's Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, that's what it is. I don't know why they're wasting their time on this. I really don't. It's only going to happen in states that he can't win.
Well, he drives that negative narrative. But what bothers me about the 14th Amendment, and not so much your piece, is that the Constitution didn't lay out any standard of review or what you look at, other than you engaged in this bad conduct. I think organizational standing in all of these states, you could file that lawsuit. I'd be more comfortable with him being knocked off the ballot in a state where there was a judicial finding that he, in fact, had engaged in this bad conduct or had engaged in January 6th, as opposed to kind of these competing allegations. We're going to find out for sure at some point, because you've got two cases pending right now.
I think as a Democrat who supposedly Democrats care about enfranchisement, civil rights, ballot access, you're going to disenfranchise hundreds of millions of people if you throw him off the ballot. Mark my words.
Scott Traynor, last word to you before we run.
Christine, from a couple minutes ago, if we were to release a model right now, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, if they're the nominees, it'd be a 50-50 race. So I think all these things matter. Age, inflation, 14th Amendment, I'll remind Nick, Maine too, certainly competitive. All those things, everything. This is different than 2020. A lot can happen in a year, but right now, this is a 50-50 race.
You're telling me you're going to be busy, Scott. Thank you, Scott Traynor from Decision Desk HQ. We'll have you back. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.